Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the new GMC Sierra HD AT4X AEV edition. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Provo GMC for giving me some time with this truck. This particular one is still available for sale. They also have another AT4X AEV edition coming in that hasn't been spoken for. And then if you just want the regular AT4X, they also have one of those coming in that has not been spoken for. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out those trucks and the rest of the stuff that they have. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Now under the hood we have the 6.6 liter Duramax diesel. It's a V8 turbo diesel that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 470 horsepower and then 975 pound-feet of torque. Now before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, we've got the venting there in the center, which is just a GMC thing, and then you guys can see how it's raised there on either side and boxy design overall. We've got the signature C-shaped headlight design. Notice how it's all blacked out with the bezel. Got a little HD badge right there. AT4X here in the grille, and then you can see GMC, and then I love the coloration here for the grille. And then we've got the AEV bumper here. Really sturdy recovery points. We do have fog lights there on either side as well. And putting it all together, just being honest here, this thing looks like a complete beast. It makes the Power Wagon and the Tremor look so wimpy. Now around the side here, our turn wheel setup is 305/70/18 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see the wheels that are part of this AEV package, really cool style. And I'm a big fan of these particular all-terrain tires. Pretty quiet on-road and then really good off-road. And then you can see the Multimatic shock there up front as well, which is really cool. Pretty chunky looking fender flare there, and then notice Duramax on the side, and then we have our AT4X HD badge here on the side. And then we do have power side steps. Notice the mirror caps and door handles and all that are all blacked out, and then we've got the bedside step too. And then here's a look at the Multimatic shock in the rear, and then you can see still has leaf springs. And then here is your full side view with the truck, and that lifted appearance just really does this truck justice. Now I don't know if this could clear 37s from the factory, but it looks like there's a bit more space where you might be able to fit 37s. That'd be cool. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function, remote start, we got the tailgate drop down, and then the GMC logo there in the back. Now taking a look at the bed, you guys can see we've got the fifth wheel prep here, AT4X there at the end, and then we got the plugins for the fifth wheel setup, LED bed light. We also have a little handle here, and then this one has an outlet as well. And then we also have the Multi-Pro, which is always a cool feature. And this one's got the kicker sound system built in, and then putting it all together, I've shown this before, but just click that into place and then just kind of lift it up. And again, we've got the cool C-shaped taillights in the back, and then notice how this has kind of like a matte finish there. That's also part of this AEV package. And then AEV down below, and you can see the custom bumper here with this huge exhaust tip sticking out. So unlike the 1500 AT4X, they haven't changed the exhaust tip setup at all. But putting it all together, let me know what you guys think, but man, this truck is a beast. Now before we move on to the next feature, we need to talk about today's video sponsor, Morgan & Morgan. Now believe it or not, the modern world is actually a pretty treacherous place. Every single time you go out for a drive, there's a chance that you could get into an accident. You could be walking in front of a business, they could have something on the ground, and you could slip and fall and hurt yourself. And on top of that, you could just be doing your job, right? Like you always do, and something could happen and you could sustain a major injury. This is a topic that's very important to me personally because I drive about 40,000 miles per year for the channel, and so there are a lot of situations that I'm put in on a day-to-day basis where accidents almost happen. Now, knock on wood, nothing's happened for years, but there's always the chance that something could happen. And this is where Morgan & Morgan comes into play. They are America's largest injury law firm with over 100 offices, over 800 lawyers, and over 4,000 case staff that are all ready to help you out. And one of the best parts about working with Morgan & Morgan is that things like the negotiations, the court hearings, and the research associated with putting together a case are all free unless you win. And so if you're involved in some kind of personal accident, whether it be a car accident, a slip and fall accident, or an accident at the workplace, then you might want to get help from Morgan & Morgan. And on a little bit of a side note, don't feel bad about hiring an attorney. Remember that you're suing the insurance company that is worth billions upon billions of dollars. They can more than pay for the compensation that you deserve. So if you are injured in an accident, then you can check out Morgan & Morgan at www.forthepeople.com/Ben Hardy, or you can give them a call at #529, that is pound law. Again, www.forthepeople.com/Ben Hardy or pound law. Now taking a look at the door panel here in the rear, you guys can see soft touch here, cross stitch design, and then look at the stitching and piping that goes across, and I like this darker wood trim too. And then you got the power side step down below. And then we have the AT4X seats here, really nice material use, and got the behind the seat storage on top of that. And then we do have more storage underneath, and then you got a flat loading floor up front. Legroom here in the back is really good. Got a little storage pocket, some cup holders, heated seats in the back, USBs. We also have some vents, and then headroom. It's good. Now taking a look at the front door panel. Again, soft touch here, and then look at the wood trim, and then all of the trim down below. We do have blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. We also have memory seats. We've got automatic windows for the front two. We got the mirror extension function. Another speaker here for the Bose sound system. Now when it comes to payload, 2,579 pounds. This does have softer suspension, because usually most 2,500s that I review with the GMCs have like around 3,000 pounds. So yeah, you lose a little bit of payload with this package. And then towing capacity is 18,500. AEV there on the headrest, and then you guys can see the rest of the front seat here. Got the massage function with the AT4X. Parking brake here, and then you guys can see the drive mode select with the tow haul mode. And then we have our drive line select. So you've got your 4-wheel auto, 4-wheel high, 2-wheel high, 4-wheel low, and then your light controls, heads-up display control just up above. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see soft touch all around, and then notice the contrasted stitching there in the center. Radio controls in the back. We also have controls for the center stack. We've got our heated steering wheel function. You also have your cruise control, and then you got your turn signal windshield wiper stalk, and we have a column shifter here for the 10-speed automatic. Full digital gauge cluster, and got the tow haul mode. Shows the GMC towing a trailer. And then we also have our off-road mode. No terrain mode though with the AT4X, which is kind of interesting. Also, 732 miles on a single tank. Ooh. Now this does have a 360 camera system, so you can see out of every single angle with the truck. I mean, this is super helpful for obviously, you know, parking in tight parking spaces, but also if you take this off-road. Now, as for the rest of the infotainment system, you've got the shortcut bar on that side, but then you've got the auxiliary tab on the other side. I got it mixed up, I guess my dyslexic moment of the day. We also have a Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Got our massive engine stop start button, dual zone climate with heated and ventilated seats up front. We're actually gonna turn this up a little bit, it's a little cold today. Diesel exhaust brake, we got our lane departure here, parking sensors, tailgate drop down, and then you can see with the hazard lights, stability control, and then that is to roll down all the windows at once. Now we do have a rear locking differential, it's selectable, and then you've got your hill descent control. So unlike the 1500 series AT4X, we don't have a front locker with this. You can see some USBs down below, trailer brake controls here, some cup holders, and then AT4X on the center console. And then we got a wireless phone charging pad, and good storage space with an outlet and all of that. Boop. Really nice trim here on the dash, and then you can see with the double glove box setup. Pretty cool. I like the trim here on the outside, looks very nice. Got a camera, rear view mirror, power sliding rear window, and then we do have a sunroof up top here, and then we do have a nice premium headliner as well. So the rain and the glare is not helping out with seeing the window sticker, but anyways, 2024 AT4X, and then the AEV edition is $93.95 as an option. And I hope you're a business owner looking for a fat tax write-off, because this thing stickers for $105,045. So yeah, just a little bit of money, not too much. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. You guys can see visibility over the hood, both of the mirrors, throughout the rest of the rear, and also the seats like mega reclined. So we're gonna move that up a little bit. And, well, this minivan's blocking us now. So, I guess we'll reverse out and then we will get out of here with this AEV AT4X. I'm super excited to finally review the HD AT4X. I almost had a chance to review a ZR2 the other day, but it disappeared before I was able to, so yeah, sad day. Hopefully soon, though, I will be able to review one. Ooh, wow. Suspension right off the bat feels softer than, I mean, the Sierra suspension's already really good, but this is definitely softer. Love the Duramax. I really like how this drives. I mean, for an HD truck, it's pretty dang comfy. I mean, you might even be able to call this an HD Raptor in a way. Yeah, of course, torque's really good from the Duramax. And I do want to talk about that Raptor point again. I find it interesting that, like, Ford's never done an HD Raptor. And here you have GMC basically doing what Ford hasn't done. Usually Ford's first to market, right? But not in this case. Yeah, the ride quality is really good. The Multimatic shocks do help out quite a bit. I mean, like, this is it's not the most beat up road on the planet, but it's got it's got some potholes and everything, and the truck's doing well. Interested to see what the tire pressure is set at. A little bit high with the tire pressure PSI, I think, so it could ride even smoother, which is impressive because this already feels pretty dang smooth to me. But let's so much torque. This is such a wonderful powertrain. It's very smooth, but it just has so much torque. Oh, I love the new turn signal indicator, how it kind of like goes in a line. That's cool. It's a cool thing to see. So I guess that we'll get into summing things up here with this AEV edition AT4X once we get I guess a better acceleration here. No problem moving those tires. This new Duramax has no problem moving those tires. And by the way, I know it has automatic windshield wipers, but I'd rather just do it myself, I guess. Summing things up here with this truck. Looks fantastic, drives fantastic. Yeah, I like it a lot. So, you know, who's gonna buy this truck? I guess it depends on what you're going to use it for. So, like, if you're going to be doing more of the towing and hauling stuff, like, this it's still a very capable truck, but obviously you do lose a little bit of payload capacity with this AEV AT4X package. I mean, part of it is the softer suspension, and then part of it's the AEV stuff does weigh a little bit, like those bumpers and everything. It's not like a ton more, but I do think that I might be wrong though, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because the bumpers are super. Anyways, I think the bumpers do weigh more. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section below. But regardless, a little bit less payload, however you get there, and so that does kind of get in the way of capability a little bit. But I think for most people, 2,500 pounds of payload and 18,000 pounds of towing, probably enough. But if that's not enough, then, well, you still have the regular AT4 that has higher payload capacity. Let me know what you guys think about this new AT4X, and let me know if you get this over the Tremor, the Power Wagon, or the Ram Rebel.